That's the most obvious example where you have to have some entity-developed criteria to supplement.
Strategy or like scenario analysis was a very big part in the context of MCR.
Identification of climate risks and opportunities is within the assurance scope in year one. And if you're using scenario analysis for climate risk and opportunity identification, scenario analysis is going to be a pretty meaty and sort of technical exercise. So I'm just advising people to keep really good documentation and keep really good audit trails and have very clear governance structures, not just the official governance in terms of disclosures, but if you're doing you want to have a really good audit trail that shows, well, what was your methodology for that filtering down process. So having a clearly defined methodology and then having a clearly defined audit trail to say, okay, so just making sure that every step has got clear parameters, there's clear controls over it, there's going to be clear documentation, so that if you can then present that bundle to the auditor, you're going to make their life very easy.
Do you believe that like labels, the original and like the reasoning before selecting the first 30 and then the second pass on why went from 30 to 15 and just marking an owner
show very clear execution of the process that you've defined. That's the most obvious example where you have to have some entity developed criteria to supplement S2, and you might say, okay, well, we're following the GHG protocol. I'd be prepared for them to be a lot tougher than that.
What we are hearing is that auditors are not being very clear on what they need yet because they haven't seen it before, so they can't even show examples of audit packs that they would like to receive as an example.
I think you're going to be safe if you just keep a good audit trail of things.
And when it comes for your metrics and targets, I mean, not the metrics, but more like the targets, do you also need a process document for that, or just more approval by?
For metrics and targets, you definitely need a good basis of prep for greenhouse gas. I'd probably still recommend that you have it in a separate sort of basis of prep or methodology or criteria document. I think a minimal approach in year one is wise and sensible. Just concentrate on getting good processes in place. This is our process for CRO. This is our process for scenario analysis. This is our process for metrics and targets. We've got clear definitions of these things.